What began as a routine flight became a fight for survival thousands of feet above the ground.
This is breaking news involving Virgin Atlantic Flight 024.
98 passengers arrived at the airport, unaware they were about to be part of aviation history. None of them knew what lay ahead.
The aircraft assigned to the flight was an Airbus A340, modern, reliable, and trusted for long-haul journeys across. At just 4 years old, the Airbus A340 had an excellent safety record and thousands of successful flights. A trusted aircraft.
For the passengers, it was simply another overnight flight to London. No one sensed danger.
In command was a highly experienced captain with more than 14,000 flight hours. Experience mattered.
The first officer, though new to the A340, brought thousands of hours of flight experience.
A capable team.
A relief pilot completed the crew, ensuring alertness throughout the long journey.
Preparation was complete.
With doors closed and checks complete, the aircraft was ready for departure. The journey began. Just before 9 p.m., the aircraft accelerated into the night sky, unaware of the failure already unfolding. Flight 024 was airborne.
Moments after liftoff, the captain raised the landing gear, an action repeated on every flight. Routine procedure.
The landing gear took slightly longer than usual to retract, but nothing triggered concern. Barely noticeable. Flight 024 climbed smoothly into the night, leaving Los Angeles behind. The journey continued.
With autopilot engaged, the aircraft settled into its long transatlantic cruise. Everything seemed normal.
Inside the cabin, passengers relaxed, unaware of the hidden issue below them. No signs of trouble.
As part of routine checks, the crew reviewed the aircraft systems, all within limits.
One brake temperature sensor showed a loss of signal, an odd but non-critical indication, not considered dangerous.
The crew noted the anomaly, but with no other warnings, the flight continued.
A reasonable decision.
As dawn broke over the Atlantic, the flight remained calm and uneventful. The calm before the storm. Nearly 10 hours after departure, the aircraft began its descent toward London. Landing preparations underway.
As the aircraft approached London, the crew completed their final approach briefing.
Everything planned.
8 miles from the runway, the captain lowered the landing gear. A critical moment.
The system warned the crew the left main landing gear had not extended. Landing was impossible.
We are following breaking news.
With no safe landing configuration, the crew initiated a missed approach.
Climbing away.
The aircraft was directed into a holding pattern to troubleshoot the issue. Time was now critical. Air traffic control was immediately informed of the landing gear malfunction.
Help was on the way.
The crew attempted a gravity extension, hoping the gear would drop into place. It didn't work.
The crew attempted a gravity extension, hoping the gear would drop into place. It didn't work.
Multiple attempts were made, but the left main gear refused to move. Options were narrowing.
As the aircraft circled, fuel levels began to drop toward critical limits. The clock was ticking.
With conflicting indications, the crew questioned whether the gear was actually jammed. They needed confirmation.
The captain requested a rare low-level flyby so the gear could be visually inspected. An unusual request. Air traffic controllers cleared the airspace for the incoming flyby. All eyes turned skyward.
The aircraft roared just hundreds of feet above the runway in full view of the tower. Seconds felt like minutes.
Observers confirmed the left landing gear was hanging, partially extended. The worst was confirmed.
The confirmation reached the cockpit. The gear would not support a normal landing.
There was no easy solution.
Airline engineers joined the effort, searching for any remaining options. Every idea mattered.
Standard procedures had failed. Unconventional thinking was now required.
Time was running out.
Fuel reserves continued to fall, adding pressure to every decision. The margin was shrinking. With fuel low and no normal landing possible, a final decision loomed. There would be no second chance.
Controllers suggested diverting to another airport with a long military runway. Every option was weighed.
But fuel constraints left little time to reach another airport safely. Time was running out.
There was no doubt the left landing gear would not lock into place.
Normal landing was impossible.
With fuel dropping, the crew declared a Mayday emergency. The situation was now critical. All other aircraft were held back as emergency crews prepared the runway. The airport stood ready.
Passengers were informed of a technical issue and asked to remain calm.
Preparation began.
Despite reassurances, tension spread quietly through the cabin. Fear set in.
Inside the cockpit, each crew member took on a precise role. Teamwork was critical.
A controlled landing on one main gear became the only remaining plan. Risk was unavoidable.
Cabin crew prepared passengers for a possible emergency landing. The final moments approached.
With standard procedures exhausted, an unorthodox idea was proposed. Nothing could be ruled out.
The captain rolled the aircraft into a steep turn to force the gear down with gravity. An extreme gamble.
Passengers felt intense forces as the aircraft pulled 1.5 times its normal weight. Fear spread instantly.
Despite the violent maneuver, the landing gear still refused to move. The attempt had failed.
There was no escaping reality. The aircraft would land without the left main gear. The decision was made.
Each crew member reviewed their role for the final approach. Precision was vital.
Emergency crews positioned themselves for the worst-case scenario. Every second mattered.
The aircraft turned onto final approach for an emergency landing.
No turning back.
Cabin crew shouted the brace command as landing became imminent.
Impact was seconds away.
In the final seconds before touchdown, there was nothing left to do but execute the plan. This was the moment of truth. The right main landing gear struck the runway, beginning a landing unlike any other. The aircraft was on the ground.
The outboard engines were shut down instantly to reduce fire risk. Every move was deliberate.
The captain fought to keep the damaged wing from touching the runway. Control was slipping.
Sparks erupted as one engine scraped violently along the runway. Fire crews accelerated.
As speed dropped, the left wing could no longer stay airborne. The aircraft slammed down.
The remaining engines were shut down in sequence as control faded. Only momentum remained.
Maximum braking was applied as the aircraft skidded violently. Control was barely maintained. The stress proved too much. The tires burst under extreme load. The aircraft veered left. Full rudder was applied to keep the aircraft on the runway. Every ounce of control was used.
After a violent slide, the aircraft finally came to a stop. Against all odds.
With the aircraft stopping, the order to evacuate was given immediately. Seconds mattered.
Emergency slides deployed as passengers rushed to escape. The evacuation was underway.
One by one, passengers escaped the damaged aircraft. Lives were being saved.
Fire crews quickly surrounded the aircraft to prevent disaster. The danger was contained.
cabin crew ensured every passenger was clear before leaving themselves. No one was left behind.
Only once the cabin was empty did the pilots leave the aircraft.
The mission was complete.
Every passenger and crew member survived the ordeal. A remarkable outcome.
Breaking news now, an aircraft has successfully landed after an incident. Emergency services gradually stood down as the situation stabilized. The crisis had passed.
Relief washed over survivors as the reality of safety set in. Everyone had survived.
Once the emergency ended, investigators moved in to determine what went wrong. The search for answers began. Breaking news tonight, Virgin Flight 024 has declared a mid-air emergency over the Atlantic. Details are scarce, but we are hearing reports of investigators discovered a key component was missing, a torque pin, a tiny part with massive impact.
We are thankful that all passengers and crew are safe.
The airline praised the crew and confirmed full cooperation with investigators. Safety remained the priority.
The pin had failed under loads higher than originally anticipated. The mystery unraveled.
Aircraft designers initiated an immediate review of the landing gear system. Design changes followed.
Emergency procedures were updated based on the crew's actions. Lessons were learned.
Airlines worldwide inspected similar aircraft to prevent recurrence. Safety rippled outward.
The crew's calm professionalism became a benchmark in aviation safety. Skill saved lives.
What could have been a tragedy became a defining moment in aviation history. Safety moved forward. The lessons from Flight 024 were soon integrated into pilot training. Experience became curriculum.
Pilots practiced controlled landings without one main gear. Preparation saved seconds.
Regulators analyzed the crew's decisions frame by frame.
Best practices were confirmed.
Official flight manuals were revised to reflect the new landing technique. Knowledge was formalized. The landing method pioneered that day became an official manufacturer procedure. Innovation through crisis. Across the world, pilots trained for scenarios once thought unimaginable. Preparedness expanded.
Later, the captain reflected on decisions made under immense pressure. Training made the difference.
The incident reinforced aviation's core belief: safety is never finished.
Vigilance endure.
Flight 024 joined the ranks of aviation's most important case studies. Lessons preserved.
From crisis came progress, reshaping aviation safety for generations to come. The sky became safer.
The dramatic landing quickly became headline news around the world, a story that resonated globally.
1 year later, the flight was remembered not for failure, but for survival. Time added perspective.
Viewers everywhere reacted with disbelief and relief. Survival inspired awe.
Survivors spoke of fear, trust, and gratitude toward the crew. Memories endured.
Experts agreed. Training and discipline made the difference. Skill met circumstance.
The incident became a permanent lesson in aviation schools worldwide. Knowledge was passed on.
The crew received recognition beyond the aviation community. Heroes were acknowledged.
The flight was recorded permanently in aviation history. Never forgotten.
The lessons learned reshaped how aircraft are flown today. Progress continued.
In the end, Flight 024 became a reminder of preparation, teamwork, and calm under pressure. A story that still teaches.
From routine departure to extraordinary survival, the journey was unforgettable. A flight unlike any other.
Calm voices, steady hands, and trust in training defined the moment. Courage carried them through. Calm voices, steady hands, and trust in training defined the moment. Courage carried them through.
Under immense pressure, discipline and calm prevailed.
Training took over.
Aviation evolves not through perfection, but through learning. Every lesson counts.
For those on board, gratitude replaced fear. Lives forever changed. Across the industry, professionals reflected on what truly matters. Safety above all.
Breaking news, we are tracking an ongoing incident.
The sky returned to silence, but its lessons remained. Peace after the storm.
Prepared minds, trained hands, and calm hearts saved every life. This is why training matters.
Virgin Flight 024, proof that preparation turns crisis into survival. The end.